Hi, everybody. Okay, just a quick recap on what Together Tulsa is. We provide fellowships to students that are career-based and project-focused. So the first fellowship that we're offering is in media production. So our fellows will be basically like real live workers at a creative agency. So how it'll work in the very beginning is they will apply to be part of the fellowship. They'll apply for a specific position within the fellowship, just like you would apply if you were going to work for a creative agency. So the positions that we have available are editor-in-chief, managing editor, writer, graphic designer, photographer, and then marketing director. So our fellows can apply for any one of those positions. There are a set number of students that we need per position, and you have to be a certain grade level for some of the positions, such as editor-in-chief. We'd like students to be at least in 11th grade or above. So once accepted into the program, after an interview and after the essays and the form that they have to fill out, there will be about 2 months of onboarding. And part of that onboarding is just culture building and team building, kind of training on what the processes and procedures are at the creative agency, just like you would at any job. Then they'll also get basics training, which is for their role specifically. They'll learn how to do the basics of whatever they need to do. So for example, if they're a photographer, they will get to work in small groups with their little photography team and a local photographer who's like a legit professional, and they'll get to learn the basics of how to take a professional picture. And each of those little training modules will be culminating into a little mini project, because we do want to keep the whole thing project-based. Then after that 2 months, or during the 2 months, they're going to be paired with a mentor that they will get to keep for the remainder of the year. And that mentor is really just there to kind of check in with them regularly to make sure that they're applying for that scholarship or make sure that they're doing okay at home, whatever it may be. It's just truly a personal and professional mentor for that student to have. It's just something that we built into the program. After the 2 months is done, they'll start going into the production mode of the actual publication. That is their ultimate goal. So our editors-in-chief will craft the vision for the publication. They'll meet with the managing editors to set goals, and then they'll develop a calendar. And that calendar is what the rest of the team will operate by for the remainder of the year. And that calendar will end in the students creating a publication that features the stories of underrepresented youth in our city in an inspiring and uplifting way. So we're telling stories that are unheard in most, if not all, other publications in our city. And that book is what will happen at the end. We'll have like a big publication fiesta, and we'll get to sell that publication, which is part of what the marketing directors of the organization will do. So a typical day in the life of Aspire Creative is they will start the day with team building or culture building. It's kind of like how Google builds in playtime into their work day. Spire will do the same thing. They'll have time to just be free, be hanging out with one another, building community, because that is one of our core values. The next thing that they'll do for the day is to set intentions, and that is really led by the editors-in-chief and often the managing editors. That's their time of the day to say, all right, you're doing this today, you're doing that today, will you have this done by the end of the day? And so everybody else can kind of go their separate way and do their thing. On a production day, they'll work on their little focus of what they're doing. So that might mean that the writers are going out and they're interviewing subjects for their next story, or they're sitting at a computer and they're pounding out that story that they've gathered information for and done their interviews for already. Or maybe photographers are going out with the writer to go take pictures of the subject matter. It could mean that graphic designers are sitting at the computer and they're designing a spread, getting prepared to send it to the editors-in-chief to review and look over and do the final edits and all of that. So that's what the production will look like during the day, and that could take like 1 to 2 hours of a day. Then at the end of the day, the teams would meet, kind of check in, where are you, what did you accomplish, etc. It's really exactly like you would do at a real creative agency. On different days, there will be some days when we have professionals that come in and get to work in small groups with a team of writers or a team of graphic designers where they get to learn a new skill that will kind of take their current skills to the next level. So they might learn a new feature in Photoshop on how to edit a photo, or they might learn something new in InDesign to create like an awesome spread in graphic design. So they'll get that close-knit training, but it's on the job, and they actually get to use their skill right away. Again, the ultimate goal is that every single day they're working toward that goal of creating a publication for print, and it's going to be awesome. I hope this helps. Can't wait to talk to you. Thanks.